What is going on, boys and girls of YouTube? Today we're knocking out another coaching video. It appears to be Bakasura Jungle. There won't be any like game audio or comms in this. That's what we're gonna get into. It's that simple. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into it, see where we're at, see what's going on, and get this thing started. So literally just to start off already, right off the back, Bakasura is faster clear if you start with your 1. You will still have time to get your stacks up. You want to get your 2 second, and then you want to get your 3 third. That way you're able to clear faster on these camps in general, and then you're able to eat one of the mid minions on your way to mid lane and just go across and get the 2 mid minions on the other side. Or mid camp, sorry. Get the mid camps on the other side. So essentially, he's going to go here. You'd be clearing all of this faster in general with the 1. And then when you path up into these mid camps, you would grab one of these with your 2 because it would be on cooldown. Clearly, it's not going to be on cooldown because he's using his timers very awkwardly. He would have just hit 2 now. But he would grab one of these with an eat, and then he would go over and get both of these. So he would guarantee 3 of the 4 mid camps, which is insanely good. So right off the back, bad start. On top of that, he has started 2 wards. I'm not really too sure why there's 2 wards there. I got nothing, dude. Start with on Baka. I like to start with a health and a mana pot. The health pot is in case you start fighting. The mana pot is if you're just going for the long term farming, like you're just farming till boots essentially, or till fatalis, hasten katana, whatever. Yeah. The blink is also extremely bad in this team comp. So they have 5 stuns or 5 CCs. Sorry. You've got a stun and an ult out of Naja. You have a stun out of Agni. You have a taunt out of Athena. You have a taunt out of Erlang Shen on top of the root, on top of the knockup. And then you have a stun mini root on Medusa. So you have 5 CCs and you're running around on Baka with blink. If you're positioning really well, then it's fine. You'll do just fine. I do like this aggression though. It is 100% what you should be doing here, and you actually get a kill, which is dope. Your Discordia played that perfectly. You fought perfectly into that. Realistically, on Bakasura, you're going to avoid most early fights. You're going to avoid all the early aggression because the Agni Naja is a better 2v2 fight. The other team just misplayed it horribly. On top of, you want that blink at level 5. You don't want, or sorry, you want that beads at level 5. You don't want to have to be relying on sitting back and trying to blink. If they're aggressing on you, you will be in a rough spot. Now, you do have the ult for a mini CC immunity. Wouldn't really trade that for beats, to be completely honest with you. But as of right now, honestly, aside from what I think you should do in every game, because it's just the better overall, you're doing okay right now in terms of this specific gameplay. No sweat whatsoever. You are being super hyper aggressive, knowing you have the advantage, which is good. You notice they don't have mana, even though you're at low health. They can't kill you. You're doing just fine. Literally, you're doing great. Now, with this lead, you should definitely not look to keep fighting, just so that's understood. You've had a lot of really good. You had the good fight in mid. You had a good pick right there. But that's off of the other team playing poorly. You can't rely on that to continue to happen. You want to rely on getting a big lead, taking farm away from the other jungler from the other team, and playing off of that. Now, you have overcommitted way too long here. Way too long. So you knew that Erlang Shen was coming back. He's level 3, you killed him. You know his respawn timer is like 10 seconds, that he's coming back. That Naja was not a guaranteed kill in any world. You did not have mana, you did not have health. That blue buff was a guaranteed gain. You don't win Smite off of getting kills on people. That is not how you end up winning the game. You win Smite off of objectives. You win it off of towers, fire giants, mini camps. Any advantage you get is a good advantage. The guaranteed advantage of buff steal over the maybe kill on somebody is a never, it's not even a question. You take the buff every time. Have your solo laner zone the Naja, you take that buff. You're the jungler, you can secure it. There's no reason to not be doing that. This play has been very weird. That was a very, very strange. All right. So, in that scenario, you are 100% ulting to force the beads. You are leaping the second he dashes, And if he fucks up the stun, you get a kill. If he doesn't fuck up the stun, you still get the beads advantage. Your ult on its short cooldown of like 70 seconds versus the beads cooldown. You have to realize Smite is a game of numbers. The smarter guaranteed numbers are always better than the maybe, the what ifs, the potential numbers, okay? The potential numbers were there, right there, where you might get a kill or he might just run away if he's not an idiot. He just walked away because he wasn't an idiot. You don't have to play for the kills. It's okay to play for beats. You have the advantage for the next kill. You just got to keep timers in your head. Has to be played around that. The invading is great right now though. You're still being aggressive no matter what happened. Literally what you have to do on Bakasura. It seems like you have the early game down aside from you're not okay, this guy is being greedy as fuck. He's not on his speed timer. This other jungler he needs some coaching. This other jungler needs a lot of coaching. Really badly. So right now, in an ideal setup, you'd be going back to mid lane to kill him, right? With your beads, with your blink, or sorry, with your ult and your blink, you'd be running straight to mid lane right now to get that kill. Because you could solo him if he can't get out of your ult. But he can get out of your ult because the way you played the earlier fight, a little awkward. But like I said, you're playing the early game really well. You've made some small mistakes that you could capitalize differently on, but I'm interested in how you play the mid and the late game. If you're able to keep up the counter farm, your duo lane seems to be getting destroyed. Considering you have 3 kills and your mid lane is also getting destroyed. Now this is perfect. You got he's Aegis. He didn't have beads. So you're good. You should have full committed earlier. You could have killed him earlier if you knew if you check and you see that he has Aegis and not beads, you can kill him before he can get out of your ult. He can't go anywhere. He literally couldn't have. If you would have just gone on him earlier, you'd have been gold. At this point, you want to make sure your invades focus more towards the duo side, by the way. So those wards that you have, you want to place them really deep in this area, or even on the buffs to get the timers. And you want to be invading the red and the purple because you need to strip farm off of their duo lane to get your duo lane to a point in the late game where they're somewhat even. You pretty much have to. Little bit of an overcommitment. Hopefully you can disengage. Doesn't look like it. Just you're overcommitted. You're playing for the kills in this game. I'm glad your dual lane picked up a kill. Dope. But you're playing for the kills in this game. Where if you're playing for the farm and you take the kills that come along, you will do so much better on Bakasura. Baka's goal: strip farm from the other team, out farm the other team, take the free kills, when the other team is overextended, when their actives are down, when your team has poked somebody out and you can engage after, when their abilities are down and they're out of position and you can engage. Those are the things you're looking for every single time. That kind of applies to most assassins, but Bakasura really thrives on it because your farm is insanely good. You have the mobility, you have the safety with your ult, you have the safety with your blink. Once you have beads, you're super safe. You can eat creeps instantly, so your clear is faster. You can leap over the walls. You have the ult for the CC immunity. You're sustaining. You've just got a lot of stuff to make your fight better. Right here, I would have ulted earlier to just get the AoE damage off and to make sure the nausea wasn't going anywhere once he stunned in. So the second he stunned in, I would have ulted. But you did fine. You knew you were going to kill the Erlang. You couldn't go anywhere. Nausea, couldn't go anywhere. But right about now, the Erlang Shen is level 7. Your Guan Yu is level 9. That 2-level lead should be guaranteed. Your solo laner is fine. He can 1v2 right now. He can 1v2 the jungler and the solo and win it easily. You can continue to take the jungle's farm. This is great. I'm auto-attacking these creeps. So pull these creeps to you right now so you're clearing them while you wait. 100% better than just sitting here doing nothing. Because the other team could collapse on you if they weren't bad. Like, good players are going to be here. They're going to collapse on you. Now you put yourself in a really shitty position. You're pretty much guaranteed dead. Clear the camp. You can literally pull the camp back and auto attack it and clear it and still see around that wall. That is 100% what you should have been doing. Because you get the guaranteed camp clear. The second you see Agni, you just fucking book it. You literally just dip out of there. You jump the wall and then you blink away and you're out. You got the farm. You're good. But once again, transition to the left side of the map. Everything I've seen so far, you want kills. You want to kill the easiest targets. Those are that in your head, you're playing, I'm a jungler, I kill easy targets. Not how jungle is played. Obviously, you want to kill people that are free kills, but you need to maintain your farm at the same time. Never trade, you're down 1,000 gold and you're trading the 10 seconds waiting for him to run back rather than taking the speed and going and killing someone else or going and getting farm elsewhere. It's just your priorities need to change. You also just W or S keyed out of an ag. All right. All right. Okay. So, fuck. I want to go back a little bit farther. So you're pathing into mid here. You can see Agni's Aegis is about to wear off. You can assume a decent amount of abilities are down. Almost guaranteed Athena taunt is down because they engaged and killed your target or their target. As soon as you get this ult off, which in my opinion was poorly placed, you know Agni's running down the lane, place it a little bit in front of him, not behind him. But you need a path to kill this motherfucker. Be playing in front of the way he wants to go. You have a hasten katana. You're going to stay on him the whole time. You don't auto attack from behind when you know they're going to go that way. If I know they're going right, I'm not sitting on his left side. I'm sitting in front of his right. I'm sitting in front of the way he wants to run down that lane right now. So you get fucked. You get scared of the damage for no reason, which is really awkward. He's able to dash away. You take a lot more damage. Your team's probably going to finish the kill. I pray. Okay. That's 100% your bad. Definitely Ganesh should have killed him with his dash down and no Aegis, but that was your bad. You should have killed him on your own. He has no beads. He has Aegis. Start ulting better and playing smarter. You have to. Now you're just forcing a fight. At this point, you're mad he got away. You're forcing a fight. They also have a DC, and you guys are losing the game, which is ridiculous. So we're going to skip to this pause. As of right now, with the way you could be playing the game, you should be, I want to say you should be level 12, maybe level 13, probably level 13. With the amount of free farm you've gotten, their jungler isn't on the timers at all. You have the timers, you can maintain the timers. You're not warding very well. You have no wards deep on Baka, and your whole job in life is to just be in their jungle. So you want wards that deep. This other team is playing really stupid, and you have a really good chance of just honestly doing whatever you want. Free farming, free killing, doing everything. You're lucky here that they overcommitted the Gold Fury for no reason with a DC, and they're giving you a chance to get back in the game. You're probably dead to the dot. Oh, 4 health. Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty. Well, you picked up a kill, but the game shouldn't be this close. You guys shouldn't all be low when there's only 4 of them, and they were tanking Gold Fury. Targeting there was fine. The Medusa kill is great. You know, he's probably their biggest target because of the amount of farm he's getting out of duo. And I mean, Agni's there too, but Agni's just been rough for you to kill. You've just been playing it wrong. So once you realize you can't figure out how to play it, it's okay to go for different targets. It's a really good choice. Once again, no fucking wards down. Not only is it no wards on you, your team is not warding, which is disgusting. It hurts my soul. You are leveling the abilities correctly. You just need to go get timers now. You know you have the time to farm. They have a DC. This is not the time to kill. It might be a good time to group up and go for objectives, but you as Bakasar are not actually grouping with the team. You want to be taking farm while being in the area of the team. So if a team fight breaks out, you're there. Or if your team wants to actually fight, you're there. You're just never going to be the one in the front starting it. 2 wards to see if they come in for gold, which is great. It would have been awesome if the rest of your team could have warded rather than you, because your wards want to go deep. You want to go really deep with your wards. I'm wondering if this guy comes back. I'm going to skip a little bit ahead because I want to see if this guy comes back. You guys are grouping and fighting, which is awesome. Their Agni's trying to split push. You guys are still getting picked, though, which is ridiculous, dude. Absolutely ridiculous. So your targeting needs to get better. All right. Let me see. Let me see here. So you're pathing in right here, right? You see that you've got your team in left, 3 of your teammates in left. Your mid's going right. Okay? So you know you have an advantage. They have a DC and someone's in right. So max, there's 3 of them in left. Second you get to here and you see your teammate die, that's where you know it's not going to be a chase. It's not going to be a guaranteed chase. You don't have the lockdown. No chase, right? So as you're coming in, you're looking at who to target. You haven't decided yet. Right here is where you decide, right? You want to kill Medusa. He starts backing off. You obviously in your head think you can't catch him. Realistically, you could have ulted just in front of him to block any dash potential and killed him. But because you don't believe in yourself or you don't think you can do that, right here, already you should be turned. You should already be ulting the Athena. Stop his dash. Let the Ganesh catch up and CC him. You can body block his dash as well because you have Hasten Katana and you can stay in front of him. That Athena should be dying and dead in like 2 seconds. Plus he dashed. You guys have an advantage there. You have to take advantage of your advantages. You have to make sure when you see something has potential, you make the most of the situation. I'm glad you're getting farmed, but that should have been an Athena kill, and it should have just been your duo lane free farming. And now instead, they're kind of just there, and your mid died on the other side of the map. Your team is just falling apart. At this point, telling your team to group up and just you pushing and clearing the other jungle is actually what has to happen. You're 13 and 14 minutes in the game. Laning phases are ending. Easily time for you to go get more farm and for your team to group up and not die. Okay, so you just traded mid camps for a lot of tower damage. I don't really agree with that. That can end up being really bad in the late game. So your ulting is also really awkward. Look. All right, so it's a Naja with no mobility. You can't CC his ultimate. His ultimate is CC immune. So you're not cut. This ult right here is not cutting off anything. Okay, he can still ult right through it if he wants to. So I don't know what you were thinking. This ult wants to be raid. You want to raid on top of him, so your creeps are attacking him. Your minions do a lot of damage. Plus, you want him fucking in your cripple, in your slow, in the event that more people come. You get the kill, but little things like that. I don't know if you just misplaced the ult or what, but little things like that will make you a lot better as a player. If you're doing those things every time you go for a kill, rather than just, oh, I'm gonna toss it out and see how it plays out. You got to do that. Now, your build we're talking about here is disgusting. I don't know who the fuck taught you this build. It sure as hell wasn't me. This is awkward. Your controller died. Why on earth are you getting a fucking void shield on Bakasura? I actually really and a horrific, bro. What the fuck? Who taught you the game? Who taught you this? Never do this ever again. You are a full glass cannon assassin. Maybe you grab one defensive item, but if that one defensive item has to be picked up, it's gonna be like a Magi's or a fucking mantle, something to get you out of fights, not to allow you to do more. I don't even know what to say. You want attack speed to maximize your three. Your three is doing true damage. Shift or Void Shield is not helping you at all with your three. It's not helping you with your damage really at all, in my opinion. It's a pretty shitty item. Your build right now with that item is shit. Like, no matter what else you build, your build is shit to me. The horrific is absolutely terrible. Once again, they have 5 CCs and you went horrific. Your positioning is not good enough for you to go horrific over beads. Never do this again. Never ever do this again. Never ever ever never. I even never ever. I'm just never. Never again. I'm hurt. I'm actually hurt seeing this. Where this is like a Smite fire build. This has to be a Smite fire build. Please, guys, if you need to know a build, come to my YouTube, Google the fuck or not Google, YouTube search the fucking my name and the god, and just use that build. Even if it's an old build, it's 1,000 times better than this. This is disgusting. I'm in pain. This is still a DC, and you guys aren't stomping. You are pushing in waves, which is awesome. You're just looking to fight a shit ton, which I kind of still don't agree with, just because your items are absolutely terrible. If you don't know what to build on Bakasura, like I said, look up my Baka games. I have like 3 different builds that are all 10,000 times better than this. I'm gonna skip a little bit farther ahead. I'm wondering if you guys lose this game as a 4v5. Okay, you're obviously just looking for objectives, which I'm fine with. Skip a little bit ahead. Okay, that was a terrible engagement that you're gonna live through. We're gonna go back a little bit because I want to see how this even played out. So they're rushing for the tier 2 tower because they're desperate. Your Guan Yu's already over there. You have blink up. Never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever will you jump into a fight rather than blinking. Do you know why? If you blink into the fight, your leap's still up to get the fuck out or to chase them. As soon as you leap in, you're full committed. Full fucking committed. You should have died here. This other team is just not. I mean, you're playing 4v5 and this other team isn't that good. That was horrible. That was a terrible engagement from you guys. You're able to sustain up through it, but you should have died, and you definitely should have blinked in so you could have won over any damage. You could have jumped the bombs and taken no damage. So definitely work on your engagements. Work on your builds. Work on what you prioritize early. Stop trying to get kills all the time. Kills are great, but kills are not the main priority. Your team looks like they're trying to pause for him to get back in the game, which is awkward. You're like, nope, I want a W. Hey, I'll go back to where you died. You guys are just trying to push. It's hard to teach you anything right now in a 4v5. Pretty much impossible. So you are proxying, but there's a whole wave this deep. This proxy is essentially worthless, and I don't know why you're doing it. Back up, group up with your team, go get fire, push down the lane. That's your strategy. All right, the build problems again. Late game stone cutting sword is kind of irrelevant. The late game stone cutting sword is nowhere near as strong as the third item or first item stone cutting sword. So if you don't know what cutting sword does, it gives you power, it gives you movement speed, and then you have every auto attack stacking 3 times. So every auto attack up to 3 auto attacks will steal protections from the other team. So essentially it is a pen item and a defensive item in one. You get 30 protections shredded off of them. So you're taking 30 of their protections and giving it to yourself. 30 protections early for you is amazing. 30 protections late ain't doing shit. The 30 pen shred is nice, but you got to realize at what you're paying for the item versus when you're getting it in the game is important. And that stone cutting sword is late as fuck. You're also stacking the void shield fizz prots with the stone cutting fizz prots against an Agni who is the highest level on their team, and he is dicking you down every time you see him, just like right there. It's not helping. No beads, and you're going really weird items. That Magi should have come out. All right, so realistically, the stone cutting could have been third. XT was fine. I would have built a Magi's Blessing here, and then I would have gone kin size last item. Personally, if that's what if you're getting fucked and you feel like you need defense, especially since you don't have beads, you need the Magi's Blessing. Should have been way earlier. Your build and your build order is just really bad, and I think your team might actually end up throwing this fucking game. Your ultimate is out of position once again. You get locked down because no beads, but they suck dick. You're actually gonna get some kills here just because they suck. He taunted you, and your AoE autos just fucked people up. Let's skip a little bit farther ahead. I think it's just gonna be farm and fire. The farm and fire should lead into you pushing down left and then mid. The other team is just trying to keep the lanes pushed out, which is really smart. Oh, you're going for right, Phoenix. I don't like this. I don't really know what the strategy is here. You guys keep going for shit without creeps, and you have 2 towers up. You're throwing super hard. This is dumb. Push the opposite side of Fire Giant. If you ever have a tower still in a lane, always clear that tower and that lane down before you're going for a Phoenix. They chase, so you turn. You're shredding at this point just because you're fucking level 20 and they have 4 people. See if that's the game. Nice blink, horrific. You have it. At least you're using it. Eat a creep. Go eat a creep. Go eat a creep. Go eat one of the creeps. Eat a creep and you heal. There you go. You nose dash down for a few seconds. Great engagement. Honestly, this team had 5 people. You guys lost this game. For how terrible their jungler was, you guys lose this game if they have 5 people. I'm going to assume that's the game. Yep. Okay, so work on your building. If you don't know how to build, copy a professional player. Don't copy casual Joe Bobby Bill. Copy a professional player. You can go through VODs. You can Google the fucking shit. You can go through YouTube. Just look up professional players builds. Look up all. If you need a build in any role, anything, I've probably played it. Weekend, God name. Look at the video, skip to the end, look at the build I use. Congratulations, you always have a build ready for you. So on top of the build, your actives, smarter with your actives, man. You're going to have beads like 99.9% of the time as a jungler, especially as squishy junglers. If you're going tanky, it changes, but you're not tanky. You're some weird ass build that doesn't make any sense. Use your ults better. Pay attention to the other team's actives better. On gods that are all about farming, play for the farm. For you having 17 kills, this was a horrible, horrible showing. And I'm not trying to be mean. It was a really bad showing for 17 kills. Invade better, take smarter fights, focus on the farm, engage better, and use your blinks over your leaps when it's up. Your targeting was pretty good, just not optimal on how you engaged on those targets. And that's what I got from this. I mean, you have a lot of stuff you can improve on, and it's easy improvements. This isn't hard stuff to improve on. You improve on the hard stuff way later on. I'll be able to point out way more specific, tiny things once you knock out these big generic things. Also, the DC made like you won this game because they had a DC. So there's a lot to improve on, a whole lot to improve on. Hopefully this video helped you guys. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, drop a comment. If you guys want coaching, please make sure you go to my stream while I'm streaming or at any point in time, donate $25 for a video that is 30 minutes or less. So it's a gameplay that's 30 minutes or less. $50 if the gameplay is over 30 minutes. The gameplay has to be on YouTube or on Twitch. So a Twitch VOD or upload it to YouTube. And then drop that to Tally Ho. He will go ahead and send it to me. We'll get the coaching done. There it is. Have a good day.